Good day, everyone. Dr. Turtle here with Indigenous Remedies. Just out and about on my daily stroll, and I came across this huge Helianthus annuus, and that's the sunflower. And we commonly see sunflower, as we walk here and there, looking through fields. They're very resistant as far as like being in hot climates. So they're going to thrive and survive more so than any other plant that you may come across. So you will see this in an abundance, the sunflower, the Helianthus. All right, so I just wanted to give you all some good fun facts about the Helianthus. If you've ever used it, it's commonly used for just its seeds, the sunflower seeds that we all eat all the time. We add to foods and whatever have you, right? And the good benefits about those seeds is that as we eat them, unknowingly, we know that those seeds are very beneficial for helping to rid any kind of parasitic infections that you may have inside your intestines or dealing with any kind of digestive complaints, right? And that's one amazing thing about sunflower seeds. So I would recommend always eat sunflower seeds. Another thing about the sunflower seeds as well, they provide us with a high amount of omega-3 fatty acids, and that's also good for like joints, as far as like having that glucosamine type property to it. So it helps to like lubricate joint pain, so it's going to be very beneficial with arthritis. I like that. But then also it's very good for water retention as well when you're using those seeds. And when I'm practicing my doctrine of signatures, if I can like give you all a close-up on one of the branches, and you can see how when you look at the close-up on this plant, you can see that each one of these different nodes, is going to grow an extension from the stem, which will be other leaves and other stems and branches. You can see that, and you can see where it's connected right here along the stem. You can see that it has like a little couple in there, right? And one of the main reasons why this plant is able to thrive and survive in droughts is because that little coupling that I just showed you all, it holds water. So whenever it rains, so even when it's not raining, it contains water in those little couplings. And those little couplings, they actually start to absorb into the stems to where the plant can actually be able to retain that moisture. And so doing my doctrine of signatures and understanding that this plant helps to retain moisture, when I'm using it, I'm always going to relate it to any common symptoms that may be possibly happening inside of the body. So if you have water retention inside of your body, this plant, by using that signature, is telling me that it's also good for helping with water retention. One of the main reasons why they call this a sunflower, again, looking at the flowers, you can see how the sun is shining bright right in front of me here. And they call it the sunflower because the flower actually moves wherever the sun is facing. So now the sun is facing in the east where I'm standing. So the majority of the flowers are going to be facing in the east. Even the some in the back that I'm pointing out to you, you can see they're kind of facing around towards the sun. And as the sun evolves, the flower will evolve as well. All right, and that's just a little fun fact about the Helianthus annuus. And before I leave you all, another fun fact about it is, even though I explained to you all that this plant can survive in droughts and also has the ability to retain the water, the limited amount of water that it receives, all right, it's kind of funny on why they call this a sunflower, even though I explained it. But even though it's a sunflower, you can see that it has these broad-shaped, large leaves that's connected to the stalk and the stem where I showed you, all right? And the job of those leaves is to actually protect the stem itself from the sun. And so you can see how, even though it's very sunny out, but once you get to the center, all the way down to the rosetta stage of this plant, you can see that it's very shaded, right? And that's very important because the flowers can be able to survive in the high temperatures and the high heat, but the stalk or the stem itself is very weak in comparison, when it has to deal with direct sunlight. And then it'll start to burn out and die off. And the reason because of that is because it's retaining a high amount of water. Okay? So yeah, that's a little fun fact. If you want to learn more about how plants work, learn the doctrine of signatures, feel free to go onto our website, which is irherbs.com, and sign up for some of our up and coming courses that we have to offer. All right, peace and blessings, everyone.